Hi guys. So in today's video I'm going to discuss about the things or the points you should remember before go for buying a residential property. Especially if you're going to buy a residential property, there are a lot of things you will check or you should remember before buy it. So let's start with the first and foremost thing is the builder. The reputation as builder is always a key point. So always go for a listed builder who is public sector builder who is listed on stock market, and see the previous history of the builder, how many projects it delivered, and it is delivered on time or not, or how is the construction quality of the builder in previous projects. So always have some inquiry about the previous project, also how many project actually builder delivered. So what are the reputation of the builder? Is it delivering on time, or it's delayed the project usually? So always look about that. On how is the after sale service of the builder, after sale service, and how the builder manages its property after sale. So the reputation of builder is very important. So have a look at the overall things about the builder. So that's the foremost thing before you buy a property. Select a good builder. That's the one thing. Now the second most important thing is the location of the property actually you're buying. It's a must that you should visit the site, the location of the property before you buy it. Sometimes you buy just looking at the map or something. So there are a lot of things which you never see on the map. So I insist you go to the site before you see the physical location of the property before you buy it. Then look at the connectivity of the site, that how well it's connected to the main roads, to the sector roads. So always prefer on the main roads. If it's on main road, like if it's the road is 60-80 meters, and it's good. Even if it's on a sector road like 24 meters, that's also good. But never buy a property if something is proposed that this road will be 60 meter or 80 meter or 100 meter in future or something. So avoid buying those property. And in terms of connectivity, also always look at the how is the public transport, or how the major road connect to the location, how long are the major roads you get connected. Always see the nearby markets to the property. Always search for that. Even if there are commercial office spaces is in the future, if somebody you want to is lazy or you want to live at your own, it's easy to access to the offices. So always look at the connectivity in all these terms. Then comes to the project. So what are the things if it's a new project, if it's a just launched then what are the things you should remember? So always see whether it's RERA registered. It's a must. It should be a RERA registered project. Always see the RERA certificate of the project. You will see exactly for how long the RERA is given, what are the terms, when it will be completed. Everything will be written in the RERA certificate. Then see the land on which the project is coming, whether it was outrightly purchased by the builder or it's with the collaboration with the farmers or somebody. So always prefer a project which the builder has buy it before the project launch, or buy it outrightly. It's not in the collaboration with some farmer or something. So always prefer that. Although in most of the case the collaboration doesn't cause a big problem, but sometime if the farmer is not good, or then it may cause delay to the project. Then always see what is the density of the project, that how much apartments per acre in the project, or how much family per acre is the density of project. So usually 40 to 50 apartment per acre is considered to be good. Beyond 50 is considered a little dense project, and below 40 is considered to be very good project in terms of density. So then also see the number of towers and the height of the tower. That will decide how much is the open space. If it's high rise, then you always have a more space for the open parks and other facilities. The another thing you should also inquire about that whether the towers are 2 acre, 3 acre, or 4 acre, or 6, or sometime 8 acre. So the 2 acre is always considered to be a good property. Just 2 apartment at a floor, or 3 or 4 is also considered to be good. But beyond 3 is the lobby is usually messy if it is beyond 4 apartment to a car. So always avoid beyond 4 to a car apartment. Then also see whether the lobby, the entrance lobby of the project is double height, whether it's triple height, also whether it's air conditioned or not, whether you have space for sitting or a meeting in the lobby. That's a very good thing. Sometimes you don't want every visitor to go to the apartment, and you want short meeting finished at the entrance lobby only. So there must be always a space to sit in the lobby. You should inquire about that. Then other thing is that whether the drop off is in front of the lobby or not, whether it's in basement or on the ground floor. Drop off must be in front of the lobby. And you should also inquire about whether there is any vehicle movement on the around the apartment or not. So these days most of the society are coming, they don't allow the vehicle movement, whether it's a podium concept or on the ground. But people don't like to have a vehicle movement on the apartment. That's not considered to be good. So always prefer that. Then see the visitor parking is there or not, and at the entry of the society. If it's in the entry of the society, then they must be well serviced. And if it's not at the entry, they must be at the ground floor or on the basement with the towers. There should be visitor parking. That's a must. So always ask for the whether the valet service is not will be there after the delivery or not. So these are some basic things everybody should inquire about the projects. Then about the apartment, first thing is that how much is the loading. Loading is the difference between the carpet area and the super built up, or the sellable area, or the super built up area. So that's considered loading. Usually it's around 35 to 40%. These days in the luxury project where you have the private lift concept kind of thing, then it's up to 45%. So around 40% loading is okay. Even in the 42% loading is good. If it's a luxury project, you are getting extra amenities, then it's good. But beyond that 50% or so, you will get a very little space inside the apartment. So around 40% loading is good, considered to be good. So always ask about the loading of the project. Then see whether the layout is Vastu friendly or not. So always whether it was consulted with the Vastu people or not before the project was launched or so. And also about the facing of the apartment. Usually people avoid south facing apartments, but more important than that facing is the facing of the balcony, whether you're getting morning sun or on the afternoon sun in the balcony or not. So always ask or always see the direction of the apartment or the balcony, the main balcony, whether it's getting the sufficient or enough sunlight or not during the daytime. So that's very important, especially in the winter in this region, Delhi NCR region, or anywhere you want the sunlight. At least in the morning is the best time for the sunlight. In the evening, people usually don't have time to sit in the balcony. With the morning, you can always sit. So always see the whether you are getting sunlight or not in the balcony. That's the major thing. Then about the floor, whether it's good to buy a low floor, mid floor, or high floor. Mid floors are always safe to buy for the investor or for the resident purpose only. But you can buy higher floor if it's the view is like a forest, like of any golf course or something. Then the view is from the higher floor is better. So always go for the mid or the higher floor is always considered to be good. Then one should ask about the fittings, what fittings you will get with the apartments. Even ask for the brands, which brand you will use, about the fitting of every whether it's washroom fitting, whether it's kitchen fittings, whether it's the living room fittings. So ask for the fittings. Even you can ask for the brand. Builder have that list of the brands. It should give with the sales brochure that what fittings it will provide. Then ask about the ACs, that whether you will get VRV AC or the window AC or the split AC. So ask for the AC also. Even if you're not getting AC, then you must get the fittings of the AC, at least the pipes and all that should be there, because so that you avoid the doing fittings after the sale. So breaking of the walls and all is very difficult after that. These days air purification system is also very important, because the pollution is most of the times is so high. So always ask whether you have this project is air purified or not. These days we have, and the project it's centrally air purified also. You in the parks and in the open area we have this big machines of air purification, and also in the apartments we have a separate air purifier system. Some builders like Godrej have CTFA technology, where they send the centrally treated fresh air into your apartment. So always ask whether you have the purification system of the apartment or not. So that's a very must. So then comes to the payment plan. That is also a very important part. If you are an investor, then some lump sum payment plan is good for you, like 20/80, 25/75, that you will do the payment 20-25% at the beginning in the first 2-3 months, and the rest of the payment at the possession, so that you can enjoy the appreciation at the possession. So for the investor especially who wants to buy the property for investment purpose only, so that's 20-25 to 75-80% plan is good. But for the end use purpose, you are taking the apartment to live in it, so then construction link plan is always good, that you get the payments in staggered way. So it's easy for you to arrange the payment if you want to do it on self funding. Or you whether you want to go for loan. So that the payment plan. Also always ask the which bank the project is approved. So sometimes you want to take the loan from the bank you are banking with, so that bank is not affiliated to the project, so it will be very difficult to get the loan disbursed in that case. So always ask for the which banks it's affiliated. So it's also very good things you should remember. Then always ask for the other challenges, that what are the things are included in the BSP of the project. Included in the BSP you are getting the builder is quoting to you. So sometimes BSP includes club charge, parking and EDC, IDC and all that. Sometimes the BSP is just a BSP is exclude those other charges. The builder usually says plus that's a BSP plus EDC, IDC plus club charge plus PLCs plus parking charge plus IFMS plus possession charge. Sometimes electricity on meter charge comes in the possession charge. And remember, there is on the under construction project, you always for the timing this is January 2025. So currently the 5% GST is levied on the under construction project. So you make your budget. If you are getting, suppose you are getting a 10 CR apartment, you have to pay the 5% of that to the around 50 lakh as the GST also. So remember that also, there's a 5% is a good amount. So always remember that you will have to pay this GST also before you buy a project. So that's a very important principle. Also always ask the builder when you get the possession according to the RERA. So around in that time builder only gets around 5, 6 or 9 months. If he has some crops or some restriction during this period, he will get the extension maximum 6 months, or sometimes it's 9 months. So always ask for the when you will get the possession of the project. Also, if you are getting these days home automation, sometimes some builder gives the home automation already with the project, and in some they give the provision. At least you should have provision for the home automation. If you are not getting exactly the home automation, if you will have provision in future, you can convert your home in home automation. So provision should always be there. Then ask for all the amenities in details. What are the outdoor indoor games you are getting, Then about the swimming pool, the length is very important. So these days the Olympic length swimming pool is in the trend. So you should, whether you are getting that or not, infinity pool sometime, and then whether the pool is all weather or not, it's heated in the winter or not. So you should ask always that. Always all the indoor games you are getting or not, and what are the, how much is the size of the clubhouse. That's very important. You should ask that. That's also how much per family per square feet is the club size of the club. So you should usually 200 square feet per apartment or per family is considered to be good. If it's more than that, it's very good, but if it's less than that, then it's a little less. The club might be crowded or the games might be crowded, so you should always ask for this thing. whether it's very important also that how, whether you have walk or running path or not. These days it's very important. So you should always have a dedicated running or walking path on the project if you are having that. that so also the whether the builder have is in-house team for the after sales maintenance and for after sale maintenance of the project, whether it's in-house or the whether will be third party will be there. So you just always ask about what kind of services builder give after sales, that who will manage the hospitality of the clubhouse, who will manage the security and all of the projects. You should always ask. So these are the main things one should remember before invest his hard-earned money or before buying a house. So after some time you come to know all these small things after the sale. Those things really matters when you get the apartment and you get really disappointed. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me. Please subscribe us if you want to get all the updates on real estate in Delhi NCR region, especially in the North India, and to get all the video like this, and to get all the review about the builder, about the society, about any new upcoming project, or to any good investment idea or any big trend in the real estate. Please do subscribe.